und schießt auf mich. Ich will Tournament spielen! Was? Welcher Hurensohn schießt auf mich?
Now then, let's begin with the basic explanation of the class trial. During the trial, you'll present your arguments for who the culprit is, and vote for who done it. Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will graduate from this academy. Also, refusing to vote will result in your death. Better vote for someone. Now let's get this crazy awesome trial underway!
So, it's starting, huh?
Oh man, I haven't been in a trial in like forever.
Oh, so you have experience with trials?
Yeah, since I'm a leader of evil and stuff, I've done a lot of bad things.
Ich sag's nicht noch einmal! Los!
So, what are we supposed to do? Where do we even start?
Gonta never done trial before. Not sure where to begin.
First, let's breathe in. And breathe out. We need to remember our no-no-nos.
Das ist gut!
No pushing, no running, no talking.
Rennen! Du meinst...
Communication is the foundation of any
eine
discussion.
Raubkopie erstellen!
We should not worry about our procedure, especially since this is not a normal trial. Each of us will be serving as a potential culprit, lawyer, prosecutor, and juryman.
Calm down. How about we listen first?
Atua has spoken. He says it is vital that we hear everyone's testimony.
Das verstößt gegen das Gesetz!
Because my ears are clean. Once, I cleaned them so hard, they bled.
I'll begin the conversation then. There's something I found curious. Why, I wonder, didn't the culprit take advantage of the first blood pearl?
I thought that was strange too.
I bet they just wanted to do a class trial real bad.
Ich sag's nicht noch
The
einmal!
Monokuma's the culprit, the doy. Because this whole class trial was his idea. Easy peasy. I'm a fucking genius!
Wait, is it even possible for Monokuma to be the culprit?
Ich sag's nicht noch einmal!
Of course not. I would never do anything to you guys directly.
Even if you can't, it's a different story for the person controlling you, right?
Hmm?
Is it possible that the mastermind controlling Monokuma killed Rantaro?
Mastermind?
Es liegt!
What's that?
Es liegt!
I don't know any mastermind.
Don't play dumb with me. Who's the mastermind controlling you guys?
The Mastermind, huh? Odds are, it's one of us.
Way over here. Everyone else thinks so too. Does everyone really think
Ich
that?
sag's nicht noch einmal!
We'll get to the bottom of this.
Before we determine the mastermind, we must uncover the culprit.
Los!
Then, we could start by determining the sequence of events. Let's take a closer look at the circumstances of Rantaro's death.
Gonta agrees with Shuichi. After all, Shuichi is ultimate detective.
Then let us start by reviewing
Der
the
Knopf als
incident.
Enterknopf ist. So, gut, so. Jana! Ergebnis! Ich brauche keine Hilfe und Support. Keine Hilfe.
Rantaro's body was found just before the time limit, right?
Was?
He was killed in the library.
Rantaro was alone in the library. The culprit could have snuck up on them.
Los!
What was he even doing in the library anyway?
He was opening that moving bookcase for one reason. Because he knew about the hidden door. That means Rantaro was...
No, that's wrong! don't think Rantaro was the mastermind.
Huh? Why?
Because Rantaro didn't have the card key to open the hidden door. You'd think the mastermind would have that card key on him, right?
Perhaps the culprit took the card key after killing Rantaro. But none of the pictures show Rantaro holding the card key. So I don't really think he had the key at all.
Also, if the mastermind had died there, this killing game would have already ended.
You are correct. The possibility of him being the mastermind is quite low.
Then how Rantaro know about hidden door?
Maybe he stumbled across it in the library. You know, like how Shuichi did.
And maybe the mastermind told him about it.
What? Why would the mastermind tell him that?
To lure Rantaro to the library and kill him.
Is this really the perfect crime? Are we in an unsolvable mystery? I guess this is a dead end.
Wait, don't give up that easily. We already know the culprit is the mastermind. We've got to work together to find the mastermind. Then we can end this killing game.
You yap about teamwork and all that, but you still think one of us is the mastermind.
Yes, and I know that's a horrible thought. But that's why I want to end all the terrible things happening to us. I'll defeat the mastermind and end this dumb killing game. I'll even use this class trial to do that.
Kaede. Wow, looks like you're determined to face even a cold, hard truth. Then here it comes, the cold, hard truth.
Huh?
I already figured out who killed Rantaro.
What?
Why are you surprised?
'Cause if he's right, that would make this the fastest class trial to date! How fast was the previous record anyway?
Real fast, let me tell you.
Yeah, I guess now he's won with the win.
Yeah, I think about him this time of year too.
The way he soared through the enemy fleet, oh, badass! Just to die like a little punk. Shut it, you weirdos! This is an important conversation! Kokichi, are you serious about knowing who the culprit is?
Yup. So, we all agree that the culprit knew about Kaede and Shuichi's trap, right?
No shit! That's why they're not in any of the pictures. So who is it?
So whoever knew about the hidden cameras is the culprit.
So who the hell is it?
It's you!
What?
You made the cameras used for the trap, right? Obviously, whoever made the cameras knew about the blind spots.
Before breakfast was the only time someone would be able to sneak by.
What the hell brought this on all of a sudden? I just designed the cameras. I didn't know they'd get set up in the library.
If someone asked me to make cameras, I'd totally ask what they were for.
How come you never asked what the cameras were for? Huh?
I pulled an all-nighter making them, and afterward just sort of passed out.
You're getting awfully worked up. Look at you. You're sweating.
I'm always wet. I'm just feeling extra sensitive, like these big boobs of mine.
Why don't you just admit it already? You're the culprit, aren't you, Mew?
No way! That's not possible!
So you knew nothing about the trap in the library?
I'm telling you, I had no idea! Not like it matters. Because I never went to the library, okay?
The person who made the cameras would have known their blind spots, too.
Yeah, well, I didn't make the cameras either! Because I never went to the library. I agree with that.
I don't think Mew went to the basement either, right, Kyo?
Of
course she didn't. Miu was in the dining hall during the murder. I saw her there while dining on what I thought would be my last supper.
Pasta on the menu tastes like a lonely old lady eating her grandkid's birthday cake. Don't feel bad for her. She got to eat her tasty grandkid on his birthday.
That's too sad to make sense.
So there you have it. Miu's alibi.
Slug! Why didn't you say so earlier? Good job, Kaede. Guess I shouldn't have judged you by your lackluster act.
Wow, another reference we don't get. You must be a hardcore loser.
Hey, don't be acting all cocky, Kokichi. You put my ass in the hot seat earlier. How about you just keep your fucking mouth shut, you lying little abortion?
That was really uncalled for. I only said that to find the culprit. You're so big! Hey, I feel a lot better now.
At one point, Tsumugi went to the restroom.
Oh, so you brought that up after all. It's true. I went to the restroom closest to the dining hall.
Oh? Did I hear that right? The restroom, you say? I was waiting for this moment. I'm getting so excited right now! Why? Did you take a firm dump, or was it a soft one?
Why are you assuming she was dropping a deuce in there?
You're the ultimate cosplayer, though. You could have just disguised yourself as someone else while you were out.
Disguised? No, I don't do disguises.
I don't think that's possible, and I know the reason why.
I get it.
Tsumugi can only cosplay as fictional characters.
That's what cosplay is supposed to be in the first place.
So what about the swines who went to the basement? They're all suspicious, right?
Why not torture the truth out of them? It would be the quickest.
Wait, please! No torture! My tolerance for pain is actually really, really low. I'll tell you everything! Anything!
Please just tell us what happened.
If the culprit is among that group, then wouldn't Maki be the most suspicious? Just like that. She could definitely kill someone.
Being so stupid. The culprit could easily be anyone, like Kaito.
What are you talking about? There's no way I'm the culprit!
Who's the culprit? Who?
What? You mean me? But I just said it wasn't me!
Don't thrust the blame on me! You degenerate males and your thrusting!
I'm not a bad girl, really. If you don't believe me, ask my mommy. Really? I have an alibi. I'm the culprit too.
Robot? Like Evo? None of us there could have killed him.
It's late. Das ist late!
What? Are you talking about me? We were having a strategy meeting together, remember? Rantaro's
Wait a minute, Kaito. Wasn't there someone else who disappeared other than Rantaro? That idiot already forgot. Gonta also left during the strategy meeting.
Yeah, he locked himself up in the AV room and... Hey, wait a sec! Idiot! Is that right, Gonta?
Yes, Gonta watched Bug Movie to fill Gonta with fight, so Gonta can fight Monokuma.
Come on! How is looking at Bug supposed to put you in a fighting mood?
Terrible idea. Like putting ketchup on a hot dog.
But why did you lock the door?
'Cause Gonta need focus. Everyone suspect Gonta. Why?
Because you don't have an alibi.
Oh, Gonta just need alibi? Okay, Gonta will get alibi. Just tell Gonta where to find it.
Fight, Gonta!
Cut it out, you fucking bobblehead!
Gonta not culprit. 'Cause to leave AV room, Gonta must walk through game room where friends are. To even reach hallway.
If you can't get to the hallway, you can't go to the library.
AV room's got more than one entrance, though. There should have been a door facing the hallway, too.
The sliding door across from the rear entrance, correct?
With that sliding door...
If you can't get to the hallway, you can't go to the library.
AV room's got more than one entrance, though. There should have been a door facing the hallway, too.
The sliding door across from the rear entrance, correct?
With that sliding door...
No, that's wrong! It's not possible to use the sliding door.
You saying I'm wrong? You got a lot of ass to be contradicting me.
Did you mean to say sass? I think you left out an S.
The sliding door always jams. You're only able to open it a crack. The only part of your body that will be able to go through is your arm.
And there was no indication of the door being forced. There was dust on the track.
In other words, the chance they came out the sliding door is 0.
I see, so I made a mistake.
My apologies, Gonta. I do not mean to put you on the spot like this, but because I promised to do my best, I will fulfill that responsibility.
Are you saying Gonta could still be the culprit?
There is the possibility that Gonta killed Rantaro from the AV room.
From the AV room? How?
I didn't know that was a possibility.
The sliding door in the AV room faces the rear door of the library. Because of this, it is possible for Gonta to have killed Rantaro while he was in the AV room. In order for the murder to take place, the rear door of the library must be opened.
Wait a second. Isn't that impossible? The AV room sliding door doesn't open, so you can't get into the hallway.
If you cannot enter the hallway, how would you open the rear door to the library?
Although you cannot fit your whole body through the sliding door, an arm would suffice. It would be possible if you used a particular item in the AV room.
Es lädt! Es lädt! Ich will nicht, dass es lädt! Wenn es lädt, dann muss man immer so lange warten! Es lädt!
I get it! Is it the projector screen?
Was ist das denn?
That is correct. You can make a long pole if you roll up the screen. It would be possible to reach the library door with it. If you use the rolled-up screen to reach the library's rear door, then you can open it. The screen itself is quite heavy, but that would not have been a problem for Gonta.
Yeah, no problem for Gonta.
How honest.
Okay, so it was possible to open the library door, but where does that get us? Gonta still couldn't have gotten from the AV room to the library.
Gonta did not enter the library. He killed Rantaro while he was still in the AV room.
So does that mean Gonta threw the shot put ball?
Wait a second! Why would anyone do something so crazy like throw a... Wait! That's actually not crazy at all! Throwing a shot put ball is totally normal!
Rantaro's body was across from the AV room sliding door as well. As long as the rear door of the library was open, he would have been able to hit the victim.
That's quite the distance, though.
Escape!
And that shot put ball was pretty heavy.
Did you forget already? Gonta easily picked up the heavy manhole cover. It would definitely be feasible for him to throw a shot put ball at his target.
I've heard enough. Gonta's the culprit.
Wait! Gonta never hurt anyone! Not even insect! Gonta telling truth! Gentlemen never tell lies!
Well, there you have it. What do you guys think?
I would like to believe him, but without evidence, we cannot.
Wo ist der? Ja, ich drücke auf Feuer! Der Escape-Knopf. Der Escape-Knopf. Wo ist
So we agree, Gonta's the culprit!
Gonta not culprit! Honest!
Typical degenerate male excuse!
Rantaro's corpse in the AV room door. Do line up with one another. There are no obstacles in the way.
If one opens the back door of the library, one could throw a shot and strike true.
There's no way the average person can make that shot. But with superhuman strength like Gonta's, it's a different story.
Afterward, to close the back door to the library, he would have used the rolled-up projector screen again.
See? That's all there is to it.
It's late. It's late. Ich will nicht, das ist late.
So we agree, Gonta's the culprit!
Gonta's corpse in the AV room door. Do line up with one another.
Das ist late.
There are no obstacles.
It would have been impossible for Gonta to have thrown that shot from the AV room. Because there was an obstacle between Rantaro and Gonta.
Obstacle?
The moving bookcase. When Rantaro was killed, it should have been open.
Yup, that's our evidence. The bookcase door was open when he was killed.
Du fängst an.
I get it. It's in this picture. Here, look. These two pictures were taken by the camera facing the moving bookcase. Even if Gonta did throw the shot, it would have hit the bookcase instead.
I should be the one to apologize. I am sorry for accusing you, Gonta.
No, Gonta understand. 'Cause we gotta find Culprit.
Well said! For a degenerate male, you're actually pretty reasonable.
I hate this sentimental crap!
Why's that? It's nice when everyone gets along like this.
Los?
Are you stupid or something? I can't stand people having a good time!
He's too evil to feel ashamed for being evil.
We could learn a lot from him.
By me, I'm not actually taking notes. I'm placing bets on racehorses.
Sounds of relief! It's good that Gonta's in the clear, but don't break out the confetti just yet.
It's late.
We're out of suspects now. On top of that, we still don't even know how Rantaro died.
Atua says
Das ist
I
late.
should continue explaining on his behalf. Only Atua knows the truth behind this incident! The culprit was hiding in the library the whole time, before Kaede and Shuichi even placed the cameras.
Where would they have hidden?
Inside the hidden door! Culprit was hiding in the library the whole time, before Kaede and Shuichi even placed the cameras.
Where would they have hidden?
Inside the hidden door!
No, that's wrong! Wait a minute, Angie. I don't think it was possible to hide in the hidden door.
What? You dare challenge a tour?
I don't think the hidden door was ever used. While investigating the Mastermind, I placed dust on the card reader. If anyone swiped their card key, the dust would have fallen.
We already confirmed during the investigation that there was no dust on the floor. The bookcase hadn't been opened, so I doubt anyone was hiding in there.
The fog has lifted. You still got a ways to go.
Huh? What do you mean?
The culprit could have been in the library before the cameras were even set. You won't be able to prove anything with weak reasoning like that. Even if we rule out the hidden door, the library's got no shortage of hiding spots. There's piles of books all over. See if the culprit was there before the cameras were placed. They could have been hiding there. They took out Rantaro, then took off. Even if we rule out the hidden door, the library's got no shortage of hiding spots. There's piles of books all over. See if the culprit was there before the cameras were placed. They could have been hiding there. They took out Rantaro, then took off. Even if we rule out the hidden door, the library's got no shortage of hiding spots. There's piles of books all over. See if the culprit was there before the camera was placed. They could have been hiding there, you know. They took out Rantaro, then took off.
But if the culprit killed him and ran away, wouldn't they have been caught on camera?
Not if they went back into hiding. Right after killing Rantaro. Then, once everyone's cool around the body, all they gotta do is join everyone and be none the wiser.
It's late. It's late.
Is there nothing else I can do?
Ich will nicht, dass es liegt!
We won't give up!
Dann muss meine Maske warten!
Join everyone and be none the wiser.
I'll cut your words! Culprit met him inside the library? That doesn't seem...
Let's hear it then. What's your reason?
If you take a look at the 3 pictures from the camera we placed near the front door, this is when Shuichi and I met up with Kaito and Tenko and then rushed in. This one shows the other 4 people running in after they heard Tenko's scream. And finally, everyone else coming in after hearing the body discovery announcement. You can clearly see everyone entering the library in these pictures. It wouldn't make sense if there was someone hiding in the library the whole time.
Well, that does cover everyone now, doesn't it? I guess the one who still has a ways to go is me.
Don't worry about it. It's better to think about each possibility anyway.
Los?
Right, Shuichi?
Es liegt.
Yes.
Ich will nicht, dass es liegt! Mann, der H-Knopf als Enterknopf ist.
set the cameras, I also stacked some books in front of the vent. If someone did crawl in and out from the vent, the books would have collapsed. While we were investigating, they were still neatly stacked the way I placed them.
Maybe they put the books back when they left the room.
Eureka! I know how the culprit got in the library. The front door!
Have you been paying attention? The camera would have taken their picture.
Not if the culprit timed their movements around the camera intervals.
Huh? What is that?
Basically, the culprit knew about the cameras and their intervals. So they snuck into the library between camera shots to avoid appearing in the photos. I know. Beauty and brains. Why? It's just not fair.
That means the culprit was me all along, since she knew about the intervals.
Don't be an asshole. I have an alibi. Remember the dining hall?
Oh, yeah. Well, who else knew about the intervals? Now, who was it again?
Well then, does this mean that he is the culprit we have been seeking?
Hey, what gives, Shuichi?
Shuichi would never do that. Right, Shuichi?
You had better speak soon. Your silence only damns you further.
Fess up already! Did you kill Rantaro?
Shuichi,
Don't tell me you're gonna plead the fifth now.
Oh man, this is getting good. Entertain me, peasants.
It's late. Ich sag's nicht noch einmal. Los! It's late.
Say something already.
Silence speaks volumes. I fucking knew you were the culprit.
Wait just a minute! None of that is possible! Shuichi was with me the whole time we were on lookout. When are you suggesting Shuichi killed Rantaro? Were you really together the whole time? Huh? What do you mean? I'm asking if you two were on lookout together the whole time. Well, I guess we weren't together the whole time.
It's late. Where's the...
So that's when Shuichi went to kill Rantaro.
Shuichi wouldn't kill anyone!
Don't become emotional. We must seek the truth in a calm and logical manner, or all our lives will be lost here.
I'm not being emotional here. I'm saying it with conviction. I get it. The security alarm didn't ring until after Shuichi returned to the classroom. If Shuichi was with me when the alarm went off, then that means he's not the culprit.
By the way, I want to confirm one thing with you, Kaede. Who set the security sensor on the bookcase? It was Shuichi, right?
Yeah. Shuichi was the one who set up the security sensor. What about it?
Did you actually check for yourself if the sensor was set on the bookcase, Kaede?
No, I didn't check.
Did it ever occur to you that Shuichi could have lied about setting the sensor?
A lie?
Shuichi pretended to place the sensor on the hidden bookcase door. But in actuality, he was holding it the whole time. And when he met up with you, he secretly triggered the sensor to make the security alarm go off.
That would cause Kaede to assume that someone had moved with the bookcase.
Sneaky little fucker!
Dann muss meine Matrone warten! Was ist das denn? Oh mein Gott, was ist geschehen? Ich habe
security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it. As it turns out, Shuichi had it the whole time.
The sound Kaede heard came from the sensor when Shuichi secretly moved it in order to trigger the alarm.
So when Kaede heard the sensor, she figured someone had tried to move the bookcase.
Only an idiot could make that mistake. The security sensor was armed, but the moving bookcase isn't what triggered it.
Wait a minute. This is weird. If the security sensor wasn't placed, then we wouldn't have been able to take that picture. We were only able to get it because the sensor was triggered by the hidden door.
Oh, that? Easy to explain. Well, you see... I guess you're right. Sorry, I didn't think that far ahead.
You're giving up that easily?
Yeah... I mean, whatevs. I made a mistake. Big deal.
You speak as if you knew that from the start. Even I was taken in.
Now wait just a minute. The security sensor had a power supply, so what if it went like this? The security sensor was set up on the bookshelf, and Shuichi had its receiver. However, Shuichi turned the receiver off.
How come?
That would get you a picture, but no alarm when Rantaro moved the bookcase. Then, when Shuichi says he's going to check the basement, he actually goes to the library. And thanks to the 30-second interval, he's got time to go in after Rantaro.
Shuichi really is the culprit?
So the ultimate detective is the killer. What a plot twist!
Wait! Why do you guys think he's the culprit? Shuichi, please say something. Why aren't you saying anything?
Shuichi, what's wrong? You're not culprit, are you?
Hey, you gonna say anything? We'll all vote for you if you don't.
Are you okay with being the culprit? Are you ready to turn yourself in?
Let's go over the case one more time.
The security sensor was placed on the moving bookcase. Shuichi also had the receiver.
And so when Rantaro knew
Let's turn this lie into the truth. Sorry, you guys. I forgot to tell you something important.
Forgot?
To tell you the truth, it was me.
Huh?
So that's why there's no way Shuichi could have turned off the receiver.
If that is true, then the entire premise of the argument thus far is wrong.
Is this true, Kaede?
Of course! Come on, would I lie to you guys?
That'd only screw yourself over. If you mess up, you're dead too, you know.
Or perhaps you wanted to cover for Shuichi, even at the...
Huh? I cannot imagine why anyone would risk their life to lie on another's behalf.
Words from a true heartless robot. Emotions are only for meatbags.
That is a harmful stereotype. I can produce heartfelt remarks through calculations.
Kaede and Shuichi are pretty buddy-buddy with each other, so I wouldn't doubt that. Plus, the way Kaede just acted right now, I'm pretty sure she lied. A talented liar like me can spot other people's lies easily. Well, what do you guys think? To believe or not to believe Kaede?
I do want to believe Kaede, but Shuichi does seem pretty suspicious. He has been strangely quiet for a while now. So we all agree that Puichi did it? Then let's just vote already!
No, I still think it is too soon to determine the culprit.
I agree. I sort of can't believe that Shuichi is the culprit.
Yeah, this ain't right!
I agree! But I don't know if Atawa agrees.
This is quite troublesome. It seems our opinions are on
Ich sag's
opposite
nicht noch
ends.
einmal! Los!
How are we supposed to decide? We're split, right down middle.
Split? Did you just say split? You did! I heard it! I heard it with my belly button microphone!
Sweet! Your ears don't do anything?
The Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds!
More phenomenal trial grounds?
Trial grounds are gonna morph? Seriously? I totally want to see that!
Ich werde dich einmal abknallen! Mit Assault-Rifle werde ich dich einmal abknallen! Oh, das Lied! Was ist das denn? Oh mein Gott, was ist geschehen? Ich habe Hilfe spielen! Schnelle Start!
You hid what you knew about the camera intervals, Shuichi.
Oh my God, was ist geschehen? Shuichi, I actually have an airtight alibi.
Kaede backed up Shuichi's alibi, didn't she?
Hirumi! Both of them were together when the receiver went off.
If Shuichi had the receiver, it could have been disguised.
Kaede is the one who actually had the receiver.
That's Kaede's lie, isn't it?
I'll do it. We'll know whether or not it's a lie when we talk this through.
You hid what you knew about the camera intervals, Shuichi. You hid what you knew about the camera intervals, Shuichi.
But you silent about intervals too.
Unlike Shuichi, I actually have control.
Kaede backed up Shuichi's alibi, didn't she?
Hirumi!
Both of them were together when the receiver went off.
If Shuichi had the receiver, it could have been...
Kaede is the one who actually had the receiver.
Kaede's lie, isn't it? I'll do it. We'll know whether or not it's a lie when we talk this through. Everyone, you have to believe me. Shuichi is not the culprit. If we vote for Shuichi, we'll be making the wrong choice. And if that happens, everyone will be executed. I definitely won't let that happen, even if it costs me my life.
Yeah, it's just like Kaede said. Shuichi ain't the culprit.
Gonta believe in Shuichi too. Gentlemen always believe in friends.
Well, if Shuichi's not our culprit, then who is?
We've already exhausted all possible avenues of discussion.
No way. There has to be something else we can discuss. We just gotta think. Right, Shuichi?
Huh?
Shuichi, even though you're not the culprit, you've been quiet for a while. It's because you realized something, huh? You're scared to reveal the truth. I thought so. Shuichi, answer me this. What kind of truth did you realize? Don't be scared to say it. Not just for me, but for everyone else. Please, face the truth.
The picture.
Picture?
The picture from the camera aimed at the hidden door just before the murder. I always thought it was suspicious, the way Rantaro was acting.
What's suspicious?
If you look at the picture, it looks like Rantaro is trying to remove the camera, but that must mean he noticed the camera we set up.
That's true. But when did he notice that?
I believe it was when the camera took its first picture. This picture was taken when Rantaro moved the bookcase. At that moment, something made him notice the camera. And the answer is in this picture.
I get it! Because of the flash, right?
Yes. The flash went off when the hidden door camera took a picture. Rantaro noticed the camera's flash.
Then how can you tell the flash went off?
Well, if you compare it to the other pictures that we have. Remember the pictures that were taken when I took down the cameras? This is the picture taken when I removed the front camera. This is the picture from when I removed the rear camera. And this is the picture of Rantaro.
Whoa! The brightness is totally different.
Same room, circumstance, and planet. And yet, things are disparity in brightness.
That camera was placed for another reason.
Another reason, huh?
It's late. It's late. Ich will nicht, dass es late.
I get it! The flash was used to lure whoever moved the bookcase to the camera.
Hey, Kaede?
What is it?
Is something wrong?
It's late.
You've been acting kind of strange.
Strange?
Your last few remarks carry more conviction than before.
Do you know who the culprit is?
Ich will nicht, dass es late.
I know. I've known for a long time.
Long time?
Because there was only one person able to set the flash on the camera. Isn't that right, Shuichi?
Was ist geschehen?
The culprit of this incident is...
Starte! Ich will spielen! Spielen! Du Wichser!
No doubt about it. Well, this is as far as it goes. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get to the Mastermind. I'm sorry, Rantaro. I'm sorry. You stayed silent this whole time because you realized it already, right? But you can't do that. It may be the end of me, but I want my wish to... I'm giving it to you, Shuichi. From now on, you're going to carry on my wish. You're going to protect everyone.
Ich will nicht, dass es late.
Kaede,
Was ist
I know what you want me to do. It's so cool. It's cool, but... I understand. I'll do it. You can trust me.
It's late. It's late.
I won't let your wish go ungranted.
Ich will spielen!
Kaede is the culprit.
Kaede did it?
Wait! That's not possible! Right, Kaede?
Du Wichser!
Kaede? Wait! Did she really...
Just kidding!
Just kidding.
Huh? Did you guys really think I'm the culprit?
Oh my God, was ist
Come on, guys. Like I could.
Dann muss man
When Rantaro was murdered, I was in the classroom with Shuichi, remember?
No, I'm not joking
Ich will
around.
gute Tournament spielen!
Kaede definitely killed Rantaro.
What the hell did you just say?
It seems as though Shuichi is serious after all.
Of course I am.
Why don't you tell me then? How did I kill Rantaro with that shot?
Yeah, how? You and Kaede were together the whole time, weren't you?
How Kaede killed Rantaro with the shot put ball should become clear when you consider where she used it.
Where she used the shot put ball?
Du bist gemeldet! Es ist alles schon viel zu spät! Ich habe aber kein Auto, um zu Ihnen dahin zu fahren. Sie müssen schon selber kommen. Durchsuchen Sie sein Haus.
I have an alibi. When Rantaro was killed, I was in the classroom standing watch with Shuichi.
Kaede never saw Rantaro. How she killed him?
It's important to establish where the culprit was. We know that it was in the library.
That's wrong!
Kaede didn't use the shot put ball at the scene of the crime. She used it at the first floor classroom, where we were keeping watch.
So it was a magic shot put ball? That's not possible.
It is possible. If you do it at the right spot in the classroom, it will reach the library. The classroom's vent. If you were to roll the shot in there, it would reach the library.
See, that air duct connects the classroom to the library.
So, the shot is rolled into the vent, passes through the duct.
But how could she have hit Rantaro from all the way over there? The vent was way too far from Rantaro's body.
So it was just a coincidence?
What kind of coincidence is that?
Ich will Tournament spielen! Ich sag's nicht noch einmal! Los!
The shot that fell from the vent. How did it strike Rantaro's head from that distance?
Yeah, that's impossible!
It's not like it started rolling on its own.
Oh mein Gott, was ist geschehen?
I agree!
Ich hab ihn umgebracht!
It's just like Ryoma said. The shot rolled along the top of the bookcase and fell on Rantaro's head.
Rolled along the bookcase? I did say that. But would the shot have rolled that conveniently?
It has nothing to do with convenience. The shot rolled exactly how the culprit wanted. They used books on top of the bookcases to direct the path of the shot. It would be easier to explain with a floor plan of the library.
Ich will Tournament spielen! Was ist das denn?
That's it! You said you would use your drone to make a floor plan.
Oh yeah! What happened with that? I've already developed the photos and drafted some sketches.
Let's look at it. Maybe we all find clues.
Oh, want them that badly, huh? Fine. But now you owe me one. Feast your eyes on these babies.
It's just as I thought.
Es lädt!
What is?
Spiele! Du Wichser! Spiele!
See? The books are stacked like stairs from the vent to where Rantaro's body
Du
was found.
Hurensohn, ich werd dich umbringen!
Oh! Shuichi is right!
Indeed, they are stacked like stairs. I did not notice when I looked up from the floor.
I see. The shots rolled on top of these books, then?
Yes, I'm sure. The shot was rolled into the classroom vent and came out in the library.
Ich werd dich einfach abknallen! Mit der Assault Rifle!
If the vent was open, the shot would have maintained momentum.
A setup that complicated is almost like a Rube Goldberg
Ich sag's nicht
machine.
noch einmal!
So Kaede created this mechanism? Well, it would be...
Wait, even with the Rube, whatever setup,
When did she roll the ball into the duct?
That's right! Wasn't Shuichi with Kaede in the classroom?
Ich will Tournament spielen!
That's it! The moment we ran out of the classroom. When the sensor went off, I ran out first, and then Kaede followed. But just before she left...
Mann, Kaede! Ich will Tournament spielen!
I'm right. Aren't I, Kaede?
Of course, the ultimate detective would remember all that.
Your words, and that...
Hold on! Don't just jump to conclusions! I've still got a lot of questions.
That's weird.
There's nothing weird about it.
Stop it!
There's just no way I can believe someone like Kaede would be the culprit.
Gonta not believe it either.
What?
Don't worry, Kaede. I'll clear your... I refuse to believe that Kaede is the culprit. I still have my doubts. Doubts about the noise, of course. The library should have been warned. That's wrong!
The murder occurred while the Killing Game promotional video was being broadcast, so the library would not have been completely quiet at the time.
Oh. So that ghastly video drowned out the sound of the shot rolling.
Kaito, are you done now?
Damn it! So it's true then? You're saying Kaede really is the culprit?
So you were hiding it the entire time?
Where would she have even hidden it?
It's lit. It's lit.
That's it! Kaede's backpack. She was carrying the shot put ball in there. Despite its weight, it would have been easy to carry in a backpack.
That clears it all up then. Every part of the crime Kaede plotted.
It's gotta be a mistake, right?
But if all of that is true, then that's pretty unfortunate. I mean, it's Kaede, you know? She kept preaching about working together, and then she goes and kills in cold blood!
No, something still doesn't fit.
It's lit. It's lit.
What doesn't fit?
Kaede wouldn't do something like that.
You mean she's not the type? But you were the one that said she did it, right?
Yes, I did say that. But murder in cold blood is just not in her character. I truly believe that. I believe in her.
But why? Why do you still believe in me, Shuichi? Why? Tell me why! Why are you doing this? Are you still looking away from the truth?
Not at all. My belief in you is going to lead me to the truth. I'll show you what's behind all this. I'll show you your truth.
You still believe in me? I'm definitely the culprit. You think I wouldn't do it?
It's all my fault!
You still believe in me? I'm definitely the culprit. You think I wouldn't do it?
It's all my fault!
You still believe in me?
I'm the one who killed Rantaro! That's the truth of this case! And that's
in me. Don't look away from the truth. Please stop. Just stop. Remember what I told you? You have to fight for the truth. Shuichi, I know you can do this. If you say you believe in me, then... Do you know what I was trying to do?
You weren't persuaded by Monokuma, and you weren't trying to save yourself. What you were trying to do was kill the Mastermind. Kill the Mastermind? Kaede wasn't targeting Rantaro. She was targeting the Mastermind. She was trying to end this killing game. She was trying to save us all. Isn't that right, Kaede?
It's late.
I see. Otherwise, everyone would have died when the time limit expired.
So, she tried to end the killing game by killing the Mastermind?
Los?
But it's all my fault. Kaede trusted my detective skills. I told her the Mastermind might be there. And that's why she set that trap. It's all my fault. She trusted my detective work, and I screwed it up.
Stop. That's not true. Please, don't say it's your fault. It'll be harder for me. None of this is your fault. It's mine. Everything's my fault.
Kaede.
Shuichi, can I ask you to do one last favor for me? Can you end all of this?
What?
I want you to reveal everything that happened and convince everyone. And then, I want you to end this. That's my final wish.
I understand. I'll reveal everything. The truth and the lies.
Es lädt. Es lädt. Ich will nicht, dass es lädt. Wenn es lädt, wo ist das? Mann, nachher! Ich will auch nur die Tournament spielen! Ich will nicht machen! Schnell Start! Mann, nachher! Ich will auch nur die Tournament spielen! Ich sag's nicht noch einmal! Los! Schnell Start! Los! Einfach schneller! So! Ich sag's nicht noch einmal! Los! Ich brauche keine Hilfe! Ich will auch nur die Tournament spielen! Ich sag's nicht noch einmal! Los! Wo ist das? Ich sag's nicht noch einmal! Los! Ich will nicht, dass es lädt! Los, friss das, deine geschmeißene Scheiße! Ich brauche keine Hilfe! So, der Knopf als Enterknopf ist. So, gut, so. Ich sag's nicht noch einmal! Du Wichser! Es lädt! Ich will nicht, dass es lädt! Wenn es lädt! Wo ist das? Ich sag's nicht noch einmal! Los!
This is the truth of the case! It all began 2 days prior, when Monokuma gave us the additional motive. The time limit added to this killing game triggered the crime.
Es lädt! Es lädt! Ich will nicht, dass es lädt! Wenn es lädt!
After the announcement, some of us decided to form groups to plan our next move.
Ich sag's nicht noch einmal!
I had my own plan to find the Mastermind, and someone offered to help me.
Ich will
At the time, I never would have imagined they would become the culprit.
Ich will spielen! Das!
To expose the Mastermind, the culprit and I set up hidden cameras in the library. There was a hidden door in the library that showed signs of use. We deduced that the Mastermind would return there to let Monokuma out. The next day, we asked Miu if she could modify some cameras for our trap.
Es lädt! Es lädt!
We then went to the warehouse to gather the necessary materials. All we needed were disposable cameras and a security sensor. But the culprit found something else there. The murder weapon. That's right. The shot put ball.
Es lädt! Es lädt! Oh mein Gott, was ist
They put the
geschehen?
cameras as well as the shot in their backpack. Then, on the day the time limit would expire, the day of the murder, the culprit and I collected the modified cameras from you and visited the library.
Was? Mann, Alter! Ich will Abend mit spielen! Ich sag's nicht noch einmal!
Once
Los!
there, we searched the room for ideal locations to place the cameras. But even then, the culprit was preparing the murder. They began by removing the vent grate and laid it inside the air duct.
Was ist das denn? Oh mein Gott,
Then,
was ist geschehen?
they moved a pile of books on top of the bookcase, pretending to organize them.
Ich will spielen!
After that, they placed open encyclopedias on the final bookcase. It appeared innocuous enough, but it was actually a path for the murder weapon.
Mann, Alter! Ich will Abend mit spielen!
The culprit also tampered with the hidden camera linked to the
Ich sag's
security
nicht noch
sensor.
einmal!
I was responsible for setting up the other cameras, but that one, I didn't even notice their trick. They used duct tape to keep the flash function on. After the cameras were set, the culprit and I climbed the stairs to the first floor classroom. We kept a lookout for the others and waited for the security sensor to go off.
Ich will Abend mit spielen!
During the stakeout, we saw Kaito and 6 others go down to the
Ich
basement.
sag's nicht noch einmal!
Rantaro was with them,
Los!
the first victim.
Auf den Weg!
After watching that group enter the game room, I returned to the classroom. With about 1 hour remaining, the security receiver I was holding went off.
Es lädt! Es
I
lädt!
assumed it was the Mastermind, so I ran out of the classroom to the library. I was in such a hurry, I left the culprit behind. Looking back on it now, that was the last chance I had to stop the murder.
Es lädt! Es lädt!
After I had left, the culprit took the shot-put ball out of their backpack and rolled it into the classroom vent. This set the murder in motion. Rantaro had moved the bookcase, triggering the receiver. Unbeknownst to him, the trap had been sprung. First, the modified camera took a picture of Rantaro with the flash on. Rantaro noticed the flash and approached the bookcase to inspect the camera. The camera flash lured Rantaro directly into the murder weapon's path. The shot the culprit tossed into the vent rolled through the air duct. Came out of the light, opening the vent grate and organizing the books was all to create a path. Under normal circumstances, the victim would have been alerted by the noise. But the promotional video was masking the sound of the shot rolling. The shot kept rolling, then fell on Rantaro's head, killing him instantly. By the time we had entered the room, the murder was complete.
It's lit. It's lit.
I imagine seeing Rantaro's body, the culprit probably thought, the mastermind is dead, the game is over, now we can all go home. But their wish didn't come true, because Rantaro wasn't the mastermind. It was murder, in an attempt to save all our lives. That is the truth. That's the truth behind your lies, Kaede Akamatsu. The ultimate pianist. And that concludes the events of this case. Kaede?
Damn it!
It is a truth I do not wish to accept. But since Shuichi has brought everything to light, we can at least try to trust the Kaede we've come to know up to this point. She wanted to protect us, and I firmly believe that to be the truth.
If that was a lie too, it'd be the last straw for me. I'd have nothing left to believe in.
You guys are so nice, even though I betrayed you.
No, that's not true, Kaede! You were trying to save all of it.
Nice job, Shuichi. I didn't expect any less.
What?
You were super reliable back there. But you still have a long way to go. You need to be more assertive. If you did that more often, you'd be a pretty cool guy.
Kaede, why? Why are you smiling like that? Why are you still trying to get me to be brave? Why, Kaede? Why are you thinking about everyone except yourself? If you had just been less selfless, you wouldn't have had to murder. Why? Why do you do that?
Aber ich geb's trotzdem auf.
Stop! At least save it for the end of the trial! Sheesh! The debate's finished, so that means it's voting time!
You bastards! Press the button in front of you to cast your vote!
And make sure y'all vote, because refusing to vote is grounds for termination.
At last! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spot was finally filled! It's voting time!
It's lit. It's lit. Ich will nicht, dass es lit. Wo ist das?
The voting is finished. Now then, let's see the result.
Mit der Soundtreffer werde ich schon einmal abknallen. Ich habe unsere Schießer.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one?
Los! Hurensohn schießt auf mich. Irgendein Hurensohn schießt auf mich. Es lädt. Es lädt. Ich will nicht, dass es lädt. Ich sag's nicht noch einmal. Los.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Hey.
Es lädt.
You can't lose.
It's punishment time!
I believe in you.
What's this? Wenn es lädt, dann... Oh mein Gott, was ist geschehen? Ich werde spielen! Start das verdammte Spiel! Spiel du! Was soll das Es lädt. Es lädt. Ich will nicht, dass es lädt. Wenn es lädt, dann muss man immer so lange warten. Der Escape-Knopf. Wo ist der? Wo ist der Escape-Knopf? Ich will nicht mehr spielen! Es lädt. Es lädt. Spielen! Es lädt. Es lädt. Wo ist das? Ich will nicht, dass es lädt. Der Escape-Knopf fehlt. Der Escape-Knopf. Es lädt. Es lädt. Es lädt. Es lädt. Ich will nicht, dass es lädt. Wenn es lädt, dann muss man immer so lange warten. Es lädt. Es lädt. Es lädt. Es lädt. Mann, ich will an die Tournament spielen!
Amazing Himiko's Magic Show.
Es geht los.
Okay, I'm closing the curtain.
Es lädt. Es lädt. Ich will nicht, dass es lädt.
Himiko is still not out.
Ich will an die
She went
Tournament
in
spielen!
mere moments ago.
Well, do you think she's all right?
Gonta's starting to worry. Should we do...
She still hasn't come out.
Gonta can't take it anymore!
Was ist das denn? Oh mein Gott, was ist
Gonta?
geschehen?
Oh, you can't do that. We're still in the middle of the show.
Ich will nicht, dass es lädt. Wenn es lädt,
Less than 10 seconds remain.
I don't care if it ruins the trick. Just
du
come out.
Wichser!
The stress is bad for my heart. Himiko!
Es lädt. Es lädt.
Huh? Huh? Look! The piranhas!
Ich werde dich einfach abknallen! Mit der curtains!
Open the curtains already! Got it! I'm opening it now!
Schau, Hurensohn schießt auf mich. Irgendein Hurensohn schießt auf mich. Ich will nicht, dass es lädt! Wenn es lädt, dann muss meine immer so lange warten! Ich will nicht warten! Ich will jetzt auf den Ich will spielen! Los! Halt das schneller! Sofort! Mann, nach hinten! Ich will die Tournament spielen! Los! Starte das verdammte Spiel! Starte das! Ich will nicht, dass es lädt! Wenn es lädt, ich habe nicht verspielen! Es geht los! Es lädt! Es lädt! Ich will nicht, dass es lädt! Wenn es lädt, dann muss es gehen! Es lädt! Es lädt!
Ich hab die Schnauze voll. Ich will kein Gangster mehr sein. Ich hab genug Kinder schlagen.
Ich will nur die Tournament spielen! Ich sag's nicht noch einmal! Los!
Starte! Schnell, du
Starte! Was?
Ich sag's nicht noch einmal!
Ja!
Ich hab ihn umgebracht!